Sabro and Mosaic.
Okay.
Because we started this using Sabro this year and we love it quite a lot. That has the coconut flavor. So I don't know, some people cannot taste coconut. He cannot taste coconut. Or?
Yeah, I can't. It's hard for me to get the
get the coconut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had a few tastings before. There's friends of ours that were like, yeah, I don't taste anything. So, but the people that do get the coconut, they think it's the most insane coconut.
So addictive,
yeah.
the coconut. I think that's. I'm having a pint of this every day.
That's great. Cheers. Thanks
Cheers,
for having us.
For me, that's like intense coconut.
You got coconut?
So yeah, just our 10-barrel system here.
Yeah.
I don't know what more to say, but then there's all the fermenters. We have 8 fermenters. So it's a pretty small system. We have to do like most of the breweries. I don't know if you've seen, they're a bit more elevated. Like they kind of grain out from the bottom. We gotta like shovel it out ourselves.
Yeah, some of them, I don't know.
Yeah.
One of the things I thought was cool was that, Bandit opened in like May 2016, right? But when did this thing start for you two? Because you guys were homebrewing before, right?
Yeah, he was a homebrewer for a long time.
So how'd you guys meet? How'd that get started?
We had a common friend. Well, I was roommates with one of these, a French guy, and then they moved, I think in 2014 or something.
I think he moved back to France in 2012 or 2011, and then I moved at the same time in 2012. But and then we came back to visit you or me, and he introduced each other.
Yeah.
And that's the guy who's doing the labels.
Yeah,
all the graphic design is.
It's
Oh,
by
it's the
him,
same guy.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So he's still part of it.
Yeah.
That's wicked. So it's the same person that does all the
labels,
everything.
Is he the originator of this?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Shout out to that guy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There's a blog
really
post
cool.
if you want to see more about his work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
From there, so you were homebrewing before?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you guys started homebrewing together?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like?
It was fun because we are.
Drinking all the time. You
Because
know.
I was homebrewing even in my backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a porch at my backyard, and when it was snowing, there was snow outside, and we were homebrewing.
In the freezing cold.
Yeah.
When you thought about opening your own space, like eventually, I'm sure there was a moment where you thought about it because here we are, right? But like during that time that you thought about it, was there like an area or certain things you looked to for inspiration in terms of like the space that you wanted to create or the like vibe that you wanted to cultivate?
I think not. Honestly, not, because we cannot be picky because it's so hard to find a space that allows you to have enough space to brew, to have customers at the same time in a neighborhood that you like. So honestly, we're not too picky.
Yeah. It's very hard to start with your concept and try to match things.
Yeah.
Especially in Toronto, where it's hard to find places. But I think we had a general idea of what we would like the space to be like.
The vibe in here seems like really unique. So when you guys got the place and then you started to put everything together, was there things that you were like envisioning in your head that like planned out the way that you want them to? Like the beer garden, I feel like is really unique, to this area, especially given that it's so like almost tight in Toronto.
Yeah,
right?
we're lucky to have a large space.
Yeah.
So that's like very few places have such a large. Most buildings are kind of.
Yeah.
I would say on the main street, on Roncesvalles, we won't have such a large space. So all the shops are kind of narrow, but I think we like the idea of beer garden. I lived in Germany for only 1 year actually, but I still love beer garden. So it's a nice atmosphere. I wanted to recreate that.
We like the idea of like greenery, bringing the, having to like really be outside. Some of the, great inspirations that you see stuff in Germany or wherever it is. It's just like outside in a giant park or a forest, and they just have these beer garden tables like right under a tree.
Yeah.
And I always found that like unbelievable. And that's, the idea is that sitting under like, you feel like you're outside. You feel it's very like calming and
No, you are outside. Yeah.
What's that?
You're outside.
You are.
During the summer, we have an activity in terms of production. So we are trying not to screw up too many batches and have the ingredient, because you'll see everything is small here, even the storage for ingredients. So we really have to get ingredients for the beer, and then it's a lot of scheduling for the 4 or 5 summer months.
Yeah, cool. Should we try this next beer?
Yeah.
Blended barrel aged sour saison with Brett. Okay.
So this one is not available yet.
Is this the one that was in the fridge?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we're bottle conditioning this, so we're hoping there's enough carbonation.
Hopefully there's a small shit, but there's no guarantee.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's good. That's good.
When do you think that's going to be released?
Oh.
Nice.
Well, that bottle could be released today, but we don't know actually.
Because it might be released by the time we put this out, so it might be good. Might be good timing.
Well, it's still a bit cloudy.
Yeah.
I think
it needs a bit more time.
Okay, it's fake.
Is this one that you've done before?
No, this is the first time we've done this one.
Because the issue when you bottle condition in the winter, it takes forever.
Yeah.
Because the temperature of the bag is like maybe 15 or so.
Right.
Because we are storing the boxes at the back, and it's not quite ready yet.
Yeah, it's not
so
quite
ready.
A lot of sediment. It's quite cloudy.
It smells good though.
I always wonder though, I think it's interesting to find out how a brewery develops their tap list. Do you guys do you focus on stuff that you enjoy brewing, or is it a little bit different when you're trying to appeal to like a wider audience?
Oh no, only what we want to drink.
Only what you want to drink.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Well, we're lucky that we can sell it, but
But again, we don't like just stouts, so that's okay. So we don't we like a bit of a.
Yeah, I guess if you have like a wide range of beers that you enjoy, then it's easier to do it like that, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that it's like New England IPAs, sours, and then a bit of barrel aging and stouts. Is that that fair to say like what you guys serve usually?
Yeah. So, and then if it's stouts, we like kind of heavy on the chocolate, coffee,
kind of stick high, super high density,
sticky, sweet. That's kind of like what we want. It needs to feel like it's good, and we love every time if we're doing a bourbon barrel aged, it's like the bourbon barrels. We love those for the stouts because it brings that kind of that nice booziness plus that vanilla that comes from that bourbon barrel. So always kind of really lifts up the imperial stouts. So we really enjoy those.
Yeah. When I think about Bandit, one beer that stands out is like Wizard. Obviously, that stands out a lot, and then also like the milkshake series too, which I don't know how much is the milkshake series still like at the forefront? Like, because I know you guys were doing that a bunch, right? Like the variations.
That's true.
Yeah, kind of dialed it back a bit.
No, we haven't. We just haven't scheduled that. So
that's true.
But no,
thanks for letting us know.
The milkshake series is still on. We actually enjoy those beers. We don't like the super sweet ones, and so we try our best to get to the point where, like, we want to same thing, brew the beer that we want to drink. We like. So last few times we've made some been quite good that we really enjoyed, like the mango habanero. That's a great combination.
Yeah, exactly.
And the blackberry was really, really nice too. Like, but getting the fruits is quite interesting. It's a big part of that beer.
Maybe have the maybe for us, maybe the sweetness a bit high. Like, although we like IPAs now, the West Coast IPA, they would finish at like 10-10 gravity. Now, like an IPA, it's very common to have them, or double IPAs to finish at 10-16, 10-20, and that's fine because the sugar and the tropical full flavor forward hops goes very well together.
They complement each other really well, huh?
Yeah. So we love hops. Like, that's the number one thing. We've loved IPAs since always loved IPAs. So, a lot of, I guess we put a lot of work into trying to figure out like how to bring out some of the hop characteristics through the different beers. I talk about hops for a while, but it's like Citra, Galaxy, Mosaic. I mean, those are the unbelievable hops. They're fantastic.
Right. Yeah.
But even just by themselves, like talking about Dew, which is a single hop double IPA, so exclusively hopped with. And those are unbelievable because to me it's like the purest expression of that hop. So it's like getting a Citra double IPA and a Mosaic double IPA, and then really seeing what that hop is bringing. It's the best. Like sometimes when people are like, "Oh, there's no juice added to it," that's what you're looking for. Like when people are like, That's the best
And
part
the
about
review
hops.
too, like on Google. Okay, no, all their beers have fruit in them.
Yeah.
Because when you describe the beer on the menu, you say, okay, notes of that, and but honestly, some hops are so. That's like a Citra, Mosaic, Galaxy. That's unbelievable. And even Sabro. That's so. It's hard to believe that there is no fruit in these beers.
Especially
if you're adding the sweetness. If you keep a high final gravity, so you keep the sweetness.
Yep.
And it's hard to believe that there is no fruit in the hops are so great.
It's like magic. Yeah.
Some of our IPAs we are trying to highlight one of the main hops that we just discussed. So that cloud is like mostly Citra, Crow Citra, and a bit of Galaxy. We like Galaxy. Galaxy makes everything better. So Galaxy is insane.
Yeah.
So mostly Citra, Crow Citra, and Galaxy.
Cool. I'm excited to try this one.
Yeah.
I've tried this before.
Cheers.
Full disclosure.
So the idea is to get this beer in color as light as possible. So we do like a Pilsner malt based. So we are experimenting with some Pilsner malts. Maybe it's not the lightest one. It's like a Cambrinus.
Breeze is like
Breeze is the lightest one on paper.
You say Pilsner malt, and then
so they're all the same, just different like brands of the Pilsner, and so they're
nice.
kiln a bit differently. So then you get different like colors from them too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, a cloud is like a Pilsner and Citra. That's the concept now.
The one thing I wanted to ask you guys about, I think it kind of helps Bandit stand out. Like, there's a myriad of reasons why you guys can stand out amongst other breweries, but one of the things is the food menu, like having the kitchen. Was that always something that you guys wanted to incorporate from the beginning? Having food?
Well, it was a short menu.
Yeah.
It wasn't the focus in the very beginning.
Initially, we thought we should just do meat and cheese both.
Yeah.
At the very back in the small kitchen.
Yeah. So, when we designed the space too, it kind of shows that. We had a very small kitchen in the back. And then over time, I think we wanted more. There was a lot of demand from customers too to have more food. And we have really talented people working in the kitchen. And they were like, this is the things we could do with, a bigger space. And we made the decision. We, moved the kitchen up front. About double the size of what the kitchen was. Added a bunch more equipment. I'd say the main thing that we would focus on is just like the craft beer, everything's made from scratch. Like everything in the kitchen is made from scratch as well. So the focus was definitely on high quality food, everything made from scratch, not as an afterthought where you're bringing in like frozen product and then just selling that.
Just just to have food, but it's actually like put the same effort as the beer, same effort.
Exactly. So it's everything. I think everything that can be humanly made, except for probably the bread and cheese, everything else is made from scratch here. So
that's sweet. Cheese, I feel like is very understandable. You're not gonna have
even the charcuterie is made in here. So that's it's a pretty intensive program.
Cool. The way that it's set up when you go to a restaurant or a bar, it's like they come and they get your drink order, and then after that they come and get your food order, and they kind of treat them as like separate entities. So it's hard to. I can imagine it would be hard to like pair food with the beer that you serve. Is that something you guys focus on, or can that be difficult because of the setup?
I don't believe in a food and beer pairing. So.
You don't believe it?
So we talk about the food and beer pairing.
I think what they've tried to do is try to incorporate the beer in some of the food items. So using some of the beers as reduction or as a glaze.
That's true. But I would say many beers we have, like in many dishes we have.
Goza is being used, Hoppelganger is being like the beer battered cheese curds, for example. The beer is coming from us. That's what's making the beer batter.
Yeah.
But overall, as a pairing, I think we still want to keep it very like approachable. And here's the beer, here's the food, and that's fine. I think taking it to that level of like pairing it.
Right.
Given that we change everything all the time, so it's going to
tough,
be
right?
It's going to be very, very difficult. So
for sure.
And taste change, and I think overall we focus on trying to make the best products we can, and that's from both sides.
Right.
And it just goes that way. And I think maybe we don't focus as much as on the pairing side, but you know, there are people that are like, oh, what should I drink with this? And servers always have recommendations.
Yeah.
Every time we do a tasting menu, there are some ideas behind, like, okay, so this would go well with this. But it's not a big focus for us, but it's just like, it's there in the back pocket if a server is asking.
Should we move on to the next one?
All right.
But the beer is quite different. This one is it's a clean vintage beer. So that's like basically what I was telling you about like straight beer in a spirit barrels. That's the same thing. It's like a kind of maybe 10% imperial stout in a bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
With coconut.
Yeah, the ones before we were throwing into wine barrels, and there was Brett in there as well.
Right.
So they finished a bit lower, and you know, it was like a funky, like a Brett aroma stout. So, but this time we just went like straight, like give me coconut, give me chocolate, you know, and then get some of that bourbon vanilla from the barrels.
Right. So. Sweet. So that's how this one varies from the other ones previously.
Yep. Yeah. So I think it's quite a big difference because the other one's finished maybe drier and more funky, whereas this one's finishing like sweet and boozy.
Right.
So
good. That's great. And the new glass. Talk about that. Beauty. I love that like tanned head there.
Yeah.
It's very nice. So when did you guys release this one? In December?
December.
Yeah.
A bit late this year, maybe mid-December or very close to Christmas.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thanks again for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So can you smell the coconut this time? Or?
I can actually smell coconut.
We used to have 42, but 2 fell down, so we have 40 now.
So are they all like wine, or are they bourbon, or?
So we have these are all wine here, except those top two, those are bourbon. Then we have some tequila too in the back.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, predominantly wine barrels.
Yeah. I think it's you, Stephane, right? You have a background in wine?
No, I'm just French.
So like when you guys opened, or before you opened, actually, like I noticed that like you guys were building the brewery and like constructing it, right? It was like mid-construction, and you guys had barrels show up here, like before it was even open. So it's obvious that it was like a part of Bandit before you guys even opened.
It's true.
It's
Yeah,
true.
we had barrels.
Barrels?
Yeah.
At the very beginning?
Yeah. But I think they were decorative barrels.
What's that?
They were decorative barrels.
Oh, they were decorative
We
barrels.
had real barrels before the
No, because we bought real barrels because we released Hibernator in 2016. So we had four wine barrels.
Yeah, because you guys put them and then released at the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
So it obvious that it was always like the forefront of like, it was always a priority, right? For you guys to have barrel-aged beers on tap.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was always.
It wasn't I think we kind of was like, okay, that's something cool to try.
Yeah.
But over the last year,
You ramped it up.
like big time.
Even if you are home brewing before, it's like you're working somewhere else, like a part-time activity. When you brew, or it's your full-time job, so you spend your whole day like thinking about beer, what you could make. So you have way more time to think about what could be interesting to make. Obviously, like if you are working during the week and you are home brewing in the weekend, you don't have that much time to think about beer. So I wouldn't say it was a big focus at the very beginning.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so.
But now it's a big focus.
It was kind of like a novelty thing at the beginning, right? Like a one-off. Like I think this 2016 might have been the first barrel-aged beer you released, right? So you guys, I mean, we've talked about it throughout this, but like you guys have grown the barrel program a lot since you opened. And like, I mean, there's barrels over there, there's barrels in the back, there's barrels here. How much do you plan to like grow it as you progress further?
I think as much as, because like we said, it's like one of the most enjoyable part of it. Because IPAs is a lot about technique. It's like about, do a thing, try many things, you have the procedures and you try to improve your process for, maybe Shehzad a bit like a nerd or something like that. So like, it's about how can we improve things with spreadsheets and stuff. So just and barrels kind of different. Like there's I think it's part of the process. You don't control the process fully because not all the bacteria get stuck in the wood.
Yeah.
And so in two barrels that look the same, they are not going to do the same thing. So we would like to grow this as much as we can. We like the idea of staying in the same place. It's kind of convenient to have if you have to go to different locations. Many breweries do that. They have a separate location for barrels, which makes sense in a way because barrels losing space for for just
just barrels,
dead entity or something like that. But
well, I think what you're talking about is like how IPAs and like versus the barrels is like there's always this balance in brewing between like science and art, and I think like when you get to the barrel side of things, that's like pure art, because you don't really you don't have this control.
It's probably true. Many barrels are pure art and IPAs are pure science.
Yeah, IPA is getting closer to pure science.
yeah. But it's great. I mean, having that balance, I feel like that creativity speaks to what we were talking about earlier, which is just like how you guys, you like using different ingredients and creating new beer. So it's just another avenue for that too, right?
Yeah, and like I said, barrels, we're doing, if you're doing wild stuff, it's like, sometimes it's kind of just cool to be surprised and not have, like the IPA, you're only surprised if, in a certain deviation. But the barrels, okay, that's what was in there and this is what happens. Yeah. So it's a much bigger deviation though. So
cool.
Barrels are kind of fun. So
sweet. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for having us, man.
Thank you.
You guys killed it. You're naturals on here. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, great.